Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Delana. If you have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, turn on that notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of my uploads. Today we are talking about my top 10 luxury picks for a fancy date night out. So let's get into it. By the time you're seeing this video, Valentine's Day is just a couple of days away, and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and share my top 10 luxury pieces or luxury picks for a fancy date night out. Now, for a fancy date night out, there's a couple of things you want to think about. I would say your accessories are going to help make you feel a bit more fancy for a night out, but then also you have to think about your fragrance. So if I'm going out on a fancy date night, the first thing I want to do is pick out a really great fragrance. I have 3 different fragrances that I want to talk about. These are all my more pricey fragrances. They're a mix of luxury, designer, niche fragrances, but these are all the ones I'm going to go run with if I'm going on a fancy date night out with my man, or if I'm going on a fancy date night with my girlfriends. So let's just talk about the first fragrance, which I am considering wearing this fragrance tonight because I am going on a fancy dinner date with my husband. So this is the Attrape Rev fragrance by Louis Vuitton. As you can see, the bottle is about, I would say about 35% down at this point, and I've had it for a few years, so that just goes to show that I'm not going too crazy with it, but it definitely gets used. This is definitely a floral fragrance. It has some Turkish rose in it. It has chocolate in it. My girl Coco always just says this is the perfect chocolate rose, and I agree. It's a beautiful, long-lasting fragrance. I see a lot of girls out on like TikTok going out and picking this fragrance up for the first time last year and this year as well. And every time I see them pick it up, I think to myself like, oh yeah, they're gonna love that one. It is pretty long lasting, as I've already mentioned. But then the other thing is just a beautiful scent. It's something that is going to stand out. It's something that's gonna be sexy. It's something that, you know, if you're going on a fancy date night, your man is gonna be all over you, okay? Or if you're out with your girlfriends and you're looking for a man, it's probably going to be somebody, you know, interested in talking to you just by the way you smell. So if you are looking for a good fragrance that is gonna, you know, attract people, but it's not doing too much, this is a really great option. I'm a floral girl, so the next fragrance that we're going to talk about is a floral fragrance as well. So my second recommendation for a fancy date night out is my Parfums de Marly Delina. Now, I always say the original Delina is not my favorite scent for a night out until I started wearing it out at night. I always felt like this was a good like brunch scent until I wore it out one night and received a ton of compliments. So this is another floral. This is a very strong rose scent. For some people, they say it has more of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? More of a tart smell. And I do agree, but I will say for me, when I'm wearing this, I'm typically wearing some type of vanilla lotion or some type of kind of warm smelling lotion. So once it kind of mixes in and settles into my skin, I don't feel like it gives off that tart kind of original smell that you get when you first sniff it. So that's something to keep in mind. And I think that's how I've been able to transition this to a good night fragrance as well, by just kind of using certain body creams and body oils to just kind of make it a little more sexy, a little bit more subtle, because I will say Delina is an attention grabber. She is one that people are going to smell on you. And if someone is there that's a fragrance girly like me, they're probably going to notice it. I remember going out with Coco one time. It was probably like our first meetup. I want to say it was our first meetup, and she immediately knew, you wearing Delina. And I think she says that's what kind of always made her wanted to pick up the original. Now, I would love to have this fragrance in exclusive version and also the La Rosa line, but y'all, this fragrance ain't cheap. This fragrance is pushing $400. So until I feel like I've really worked this bottle down some, and I can tell you right now, I have not. I am not racing out to get another. That is something that I pride myself on not doing so much these days, is if I have one version of something, I will not go out and buy another one just because, oh, I really want that one. No, we are gonna use this up, then we will consider going and buying another one in the future. But again, if you're going out on a fancy date night, she's your girl. So the third and last fragrance that I do want to mention is my Maison Francis Kirk de Jean Gentle Fluidity Gold. Now, this is your perfect kind of like amber vanilla scent. So if you are looking for a scent that is not so like girly, but you still want to smell feminine and sexy, go for this one. Now, she is not too bad in price. I think Gentle Fluidity Gold is like $240. Somewhere in there. Baby, when I say she smells so good, I almost want to put this on tonight, but I just feel like the LV fragrance kind of goes with my vibe, because what y'all see up top is what I'm wearing tonight when I go out. So yeah, I'm thinking we need to stick with a Trap Rev for tonight. But baby, she smells so good. I have not wore her in a little while, but I would say this bottle is kind of like 40% down. The liquid color has changed. I remember when I first got this, it was kind of like a purple color. So the liquid has changed, but overall this has really great lasting power. It's a sexy scent. It's a rich smelling scent, and I do recommend it. My only thing I will say is I don't get the longevity with Gentle Fluidity Gold that I get with Baccarat. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same, but for me personally, it lasts, but not like 10 hours smelling it the next day lasts. So let me know if that's how you feel about this. But overall, if I'm going somewhere fancy and I want to smell like wealth, give me this one. So the next category we're gonna step into for a fancy date night out is jewelry. So I have 3 luxury items that I think are the perfect kind of costume jewelry pieces that are gonna kind of level up your whole look for the evening. So the first piece I want to talk about is my Chanel earrings. Now these are so stunning. I'm gonna bring them up really close so you can see the full detail. They are so pretty, y'all. Now, I personally have not wore these lately because your girl ain't been going nowhere as fancy, or if I have, it hasn't called for a statement earring like this. So these are kind of larger in size in comparison to the stud versions, which I really love. These I'm considering wearing to an event that I am going to very, very soon, because I feel like they're gonna just kind of dress up my entire look, and it's gonna be a more dressy occasion. So if you have been thinking about a good pair of costume jewelry earrings, I highly recommend Chanel. Now, I don't really recommend the ones with the bling, because I always hear people saying, oh, you know, some of the stones have fallen out, they haven't held up. But these, I mean, I've worn them several times, but they really just look brand spanking new. And again, they're just really dressy and gorgeous. Unfortunately, my outfit today is gonna have more silver details, so I cannot pull these out. But if I were going on a fancy date night and I needed a good pair of earrings to grab, this particular size and style is what I would go with. And so the next 2 pieces of jewelry kind of go together. They are a set, and I just noticed that it's no longer available on the Dior site. Now they do have some more upgraded styles that are similar to this one, but this particular style they do not have on the website anymore. Doesn't mean you can't find it in store, so definitely check. I'm also gonna link a pre-loved option if you're interested in it, but it is my Christian Dior choker, so the CD choker. I always forget the official name. I want to say it's like the Danseuse Etoile choker, something like that, y'all. I will try to populate a picture of me wearing it so you can see it a little bit more. But for this event that I'm talking about that I will be going to very soon, I am thinking about pairing this particular necklace with the bracelet, because you all know, I think I got the necklace first. Yes, the necklace first. And then I went out and got the bracelet a few months later. So here is the bracelet. It is so pretty, y'all. It's so shiny and gold. I will say this to you all. This thing has been worn a lot, the necklace and the bracelet, and I'm just skimming over it. It has not tarnished. I don't know what Dior is putting on their gold jewelry because obviously it's not real gold. Baby, it has held up. I mean, literally, I'm gonna bring it in and just kind of show y'all, but it's so shiny. It looks like it's brand new, and I have wore this thing out, and I'm kind of sad because, like I said, my outfit, the bottom portion of my outfit is more silver detail. If it was not, baby, immediately gives me fancy, immediately makes me feel just like, oh, you really done stepped up and kind of leveled up and elevated your entire fit for the evening. So if you have this in your collection or something similar, girl, pull it out for your next date night out. I just think it's so stunning and so pretty. And again, everybody makes this kind of style choker. I've seen several versions of this at like a Zara. Obviously, it's not Christian Dior, but it's still that same style. And I just feel like it's gonna make everything look more dressy and beautiful. So definitely something to think about. Again, the bracelet, I feel the exact same way about it as well. I think I wore it in a video, not last week, but the videos from the previous week. I wore this bracelet and I just fell in love with it again because, like I said, it just looks shiny gold. It looks great. It does not look cheap or anything like that. It kind of shines in the light. So if you're going on a fancy date night out, go ahead and try to find this set. If you cannot find it pre-loved, definitely look on the Dior website because they do have options that are very similar to this now. It's just not exactly the same, but it is still worth it. If I had to decide that I want to go buy costume jewelry again, because I sort of told y'all I'm not really buying costume jewelry like that. If I go buy any more, it's gonna come from Dior, and that's all I need to say about it. So the last category that we have to talk about is handbags. So if you're going on a fancy date night out, having a really nice handbag is gonna just make it all come together. And again, I am showing you my choices that are luxury handbags. Does not mean that your really cute clutch that you got from Target and Zara and H&M or wherever else won't hit the same. I just wanted to kind of focus in on my luxury pieces that I already have that to me make a great addition for a great date night out. So the first bag we're going to talk about is my YSL handbag. Now this particular bag would be perfect for the night out that I'm having this evening because I don't want any gold hardware. However, I've made a decision to rock with my Antigona bag because I just haven't used it in so long, and I have used this bag more recently in comparison to that one. So the YSL Kate bag, this is the small size. I have made so many videos about this particular bag on my channel, so I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it, but I want you to all to know, because I get this question a lot, there is nothing wrong with the black hardware on my bag. I have not babied this particular handbag. It has definitely gone out with me to all different types of places, including clubs, bars, and more, where I've kind of thrown it up on the counter. So it's not something that's gonna be, you know, easily damaged or anything like that, but it is a great night out piece. It will hold all of your essentials. Now, to my ladies that want to carry everything in the world in their handbag, this will not be for you. But if you're going on a fancy date night, ladies, keep it sleek, keep it simple. We do not need a large handbag. To me, the smaller the bag, the better, just because sometimes these restaurants put you in the worst spots and then you have nowhere for your bag to go. So this particular bag here is definitely going to be great for you. I love that you do have the option to wear it long shoulder. You can even kind of go in and double the strap, which is something that you can do if you want the bag to be more handheld. So to carry it like this. Either way, it's still a great dressy piece and it's gonna look so good. I think this bag now is like $21.50 or $22.00. I'm gonna say this, I've had no issue with this bag. Now mine did not cost nowhere near that much. I got this, I wanna say this was one of my wedding gifts for my husband. Yeah, I got some Dior earrings and this handbag is a wedding gift for my husband. And that was in 2019, y'all. So I've had this bag for 5 years, almost 5 years, and it looks great. It is held up. Nothing is wrong with it. So for $2,200, that's a little steep, right? Because we all know this is going to be more of a date night, evening type of piece, or maybe depending on you, it could be a casual piece, but just know you can't hold that much in it. So I will say, if you love this bag, do go out and grab it. Even if the price is a little more than what it used to be, I still think it's worth it. So the next bag that we're going to talk about is one that I just carried a week ago. It is my mini Lady Dior in the patent black leather with the gold hardware. Y'all, this bag is absolutely stunning, and it is a great evening out piece. And I say that because y'all, you really cannot fit much in here. This is gonna be great if you are going somewhere fancy, somewhere to listen to music, or you're going to dinner, or you're going to a museum, or you're going to a wedding, or wherever you may be going. She's your girl. Now, she's expensive, okay? I want to say that now the mini is like $5,500. She is expensive, but she is an absolute classic handbag. I am so glad that I have two of these bags now. I do have it in small, and then obviously a mini. What I will say to y'all, I don't know if I will get any more of these. Because they are so pricey. I love this mini, and I love it in this patent, but y'all, this bag is not that practical for the way that you have to open it up. It's like, it's perfect for a date night. Let's just say that it's perfect for that. But when we're thinking about a bag being really functional, the mini is just not really that for me, which is why I wanted the small size. Even though when I'm looking at it in this camera, she is every single thing, okay? She's bomb. But if you're out shopping, you may want to just consider the fact that she's tiny. She's a little mighty, but not all that mighty, okay? So don't go get this bag and be like, girl, you hyped it up and I couldn't fit nothing in there. It's kind of hard to get in and out. I already told you. So if you all want a full review on the mini Lady Dior, let me know. I feel like one person has asked me about doing that, which is Benita. So, hey girl, but I really feel like I haven't gotten anybody else asking me about this bag, and it's probably because it's expensive. People are probably thinking like, girl, $5,500 is not on my radar. But if you want to see a full review, let me know. But if you're going on a fancy date night or to a fancy event, she's a great piece to pull out. So I have two more handbags that I want to talk about. Y'all gonna argue with me about this first one because really it isn't a handbag, but I just have to mention it. It is my LV Scott box. Now, if you're going somewhere fancy, tell me that this would not be a great piece. If I'm going somewhere fancy, I just feel like this is everything. This is everything. It's gonna fit your main essentials minus your phone. But if I'm going somewhere where I need to be fancy or feel really elegant and I want something that's not a standard handbag, the LV Scott box is your girl. Now, I should have kind of put a different twilly on here. This brown one is kind of more casual, but I have a black and white one, and then I do have a purple and like pink one. So one of those might have looked a little more dressy in comparison to this one, but that doesn't matter. The moral of the story is that this is something different. This is something that if you pull up with this at the event, people are going to be like, oh, what does she have for a bag? Now, some people are going to know. If that person is like me who's into handbags and things like that, they're going to be like, oh, she got the LV Scott box. But other people are going to be like, oh my gosh, what is that? Is it really a bag? So for a fancy date night, I am going to look at carrying my LV Scott box. Now, I always tell you, if you're going to carry this bag somewhere, make sure you're not going to be somewhere where people are going to be bumping you or you're going to drop this. This is plexiglass. I don't know if you drop this thing, if it's going to break. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to assume that it might. So if you're going somewhere where it's like crowded and, you know, wall to wall, no. But if you are going to that like 5-star Michelin restaurant, something like that, then yes, you can take her with you. Then my final bag that I have to talk about is my Chanel Coco handle. I have taken her to several fancy dinners, fancy shows, and different things like that, and she has not failed me. So To make this bag more dressy, I would say just pop off the strap. The top handle is gonna immediately give it that more dressy feel. The strap is gonna kind of dress it down. So let's pop it off just so we can get the full effect. And now you have the perfect date night evening bag ready to go. Now, in comparison to the other bags I've shown you, it can hold a lot more. So it's not as like sleek as those, but is it as gorgeous? Absolutely. She is a stunner. The Lady Dior and the Coco handle for me are like neck and neck in like prettiness, right? Like both of them are super pretty. Let me know down in the comments which is prettier to you, the Coco handle or the mini Lady Dior. I feel like because my mini Lady Dior is patent, I feel like she might be a little prettier. But y'all let me know what y'all think. But if you're going somewhere and you want to really just make your look, give it all, okay, you want it to be fancy, you're wearing a dress, you're wearing heels, you're doing all of that, she is gonna be great. And with Valentine's Day coming up, you know, a lot of us are either like the dinner date, we want to go somewhere, look cute, take our cute pictures and then move on. But then you have some people that are gonna want to go to a nice dinner, but then they want to go to some type of social event afterwards, maybe an art show or an art gallery or some type of museum. If you need to have more things in your bag and you need a little more versatility, of the 4 bags that you've seen today, she's gonna be your best option. The other bags that you've seen can only fit essentially your lip gloss, you know, a little compact, a mirror, and your keys and your ID, right? So to me, if you're going somewhere where you're like, no, I need more things, I need to have more available to me, the Coco handle is gonna be your better option if you ask me. So y'all, those are my top 10 luxury picks from my collection for a fancy date night out. Now, obviously I have other things I could have considered like shoes and all of that, but I really just wanted to stick to luxury accessories. I even thought about sunglasses, but then I'm like, but if you're going on a fancy date night, why would you need sunglasses? Like, I was thinking like, sunglasses probably wouldn't be a thing you would need for a date night out. And I am saying at night. So I don't think those would have worked for this video. But I really had a good time kind of pulling this together because I was really thinking like, what are the things that I've worn on a nice date night, or what are things from my collection other people may have that they need to be reminded of to pull out the next time they're going somewhere fancy. So that's kind of how I came to these 10 items, and I was really excited to do this video because I didn't really do any like full Valentine's Day content. I said I was gonna make a fragrance video, then I decided against it. I did have my Valentine's Day vlog, which if you didn't watch that, go check it out. It was such a good time. But yeah, so I just decided let's just kind of roll with the top 10 picks, see what people think, and that'll be my Valentine's Day content. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your family and your friends, and I will see you in my next one.